Welcome to Schmitt Tonight. Since election night 2020, Fox News and the Murdoch family have struggled mightily. It started with Arizona, which ended up way too close to have been called so many hours early. And after Biden's victory, it was clear billionaire Rupert Murdoch and his conservative machine were ready to dump Trump. And it seems the Republican National Committee feels the same. The RNC has awarded Fox and Fox Business the first two Republican debates. Now, a Fox News debate obviously makes sense, but Fox Business has a dramatically smaller reach than Newsmax. But this decision wasn't about audience. That seems very clear. At this point, Fox is owning the debates. But does anybody actually care to watch is a great question. How many people want to see Asa Hutchinson and Doug Burgum go after Mike Pence and Chris Christie tomorrow night as Trump keeps a stranglehold on this nomination, as the establishment continues to assail him legally for being the real threat to this corrupted, broken system that is leaving Americans behind. At the top, Fox is done with Donald Trump and are on a mission to indoctrinate Republican voters to comply with their agenda. Never forget this email from 2021. Rupert Murdoch to a former Fox executive, Fox News very busy pivoting. We want to make Trump a non-person. Unfortunately for them, it didn't work, as CBS News reported just 48 hours ago.
And our new CBS News poll shows former President Trump with his biggest lead yet this cycle, with support of 62% of Republican primary voters surveyed. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has dropped since our last survey. He's now at 16%. And the rest of the field remains in single digits.
So the main attraction is skipping tomorrow night's debate, even after a desperate plea at Bedminster by two Fox executives. For tomorrow night's debate, the RNC and Fox are hoping that their viewers forget Trump even exists. The committee giving Fox full operational control of the post-debate spin room. Newsmax will be boxed out, and Trump's people will as well, it seems. The leading candidate by a mile won't be allowed to send surrogates in to defend him in the spin room after the debate when the media does all of its analysis. All because the RNC and Fox got an ego check. Trump spoiled their much-anticipated debate, which frankly was well-deserved after they both put on such a valiant effort to destroy Trump after the last election. Trump's getting even. And there's more to this story as well. Larry Elder, one of the most effective conservative voices that we have, is not going to be on the stage tomorrow. Perry Johnson won't be either. Elder boxed out as the RNC claims a Rasmussen poll he used to qualify was not up to their standards. You know who the RNC didn't box out tomorrow night? Doug Burgum, the billionaire governor of North Dakota, a mostly unknown name in this country, who hit the individual donor requirement by bribing people with $20 gift cards. If you donated $1 to Doug Burgum so that he could hit 40,000 individual donations, you donate $1 to him, he gave you a $20 gift card in return. So you make $19 by supporting Doug Burgum. He'll be on the debate stage, but Larry Elder, who met all the requirements the right way, evidently won't be. And Larry Elder joins me tonight to talk more about that. Sir, good to have you back on tonight. Give us your side of the story. They say your Rasmussen poll that you used was bogus. What's your side of the story here?
You know, Rob, you can't make this up. By the way, another candidate gave a free, air quotes, country western concert if you donated another $1. Another one gave a commission to prospective donors to go out and get other prospective donors to get the 40,000 individual donors in order to qualify. I did it the old-fashioned way. I asked people for their support. So here's the deal. Yeah. You have to get 40,000 individuals, check. You have to make sure that 200 of them come from 20 different states. Check. You have to agree to use WinRed, the platform to verify your numbers. Check. You had to agree to support the eventual nominee. Check. Here's where it gets dicey. I had to turn over 3 national polls where Elder has at least 1% or more. I did that, and as you pointed out, one of them, Rasmussen, all of a sudden they say Rasmussen is not acceptable because it is, quote, affiliated with the Trump campaign, close quote. I had no idea. Even if that's true, it's not affiliated with my campaign. But since then, Rasmussen has come out, put out a statement and said Trump had nothing to do with our poll, did not commission it, did not even suggest it. There's no reason why Elder can't use us as one of his 3 national polls. Since then, Rob, I submitted a 4th one after the deadline, but I didn't realize that we're going to reject Rasmussen. There's a 4th one that's a national poll where Elder is 1.4% in the poll. So I have no idea why in the world I can't go up there on that debate stage tomorrow. I have met their criteria.
Yeah, it's so frustrating for, I think, for most people that are going to watch this, because you're such an effective communicator, and so many of these guys are not going to be. And it's like I could listen to you talk about this stuff all day. The way that you present is so good, and to see you in a debate would be so enjoyable and so important for people to hear. Somebody that's that effective on the stage. I don't know why they're trying to box you out. I mean, what do you think? There's some kind of an agenda there? Why wouldn't they want Larry Elder on the stage?
I do think there's some kind of agenda. And while I can't be a ratings guy like Donald Trump, I will get ratings. I've been on the debate stage with all these guys. One time at the Lincoln Dinner in Iowa, 13 candidates there, including Trump. Trump got a standing ovation. Vivek got a standing ovation. Elder got a standing ovation. Nobody else did. Yeah. And I'm talking about some things others are not talking about. The epidemic of fatherlessness, which I consider to be the #1 domestic problem in America. No one's talking about that. No one's talking about the lie Democrats keep pushing, that America is systemically racist. It's getting people killed. Cops are pulling back. And as a result, there are thousands of people who've been injured or who are dead who otherwise wouldn't be dead if the cops were not maligned as being systemically racist. And we have got to have school choice. Yeah. 13 public high schools in Baltimore in the inner city, 0% of the kids can do math at grade level. I believe the RNC wants Ron DeSantis to be the guy. I believe they don't believe that Trump can win. Of course he can win, and they want Ron DeSantis to be the guy. That's what I think is going on here, and it's absolutely outrageous. I'm bringing something to the table the others are not. And even if I'm not the nominee, if I can get people talking about the epidemic of fatherlessness, the need for school choice, a way to get rid of these soft on crime, George Soros-backed DAs, and to deal with the need for us to stop this constant lie that America is systemically racist, to get black people to vote like lemmings for the Democratic Party, because the party has characterized itself as a party of social justice and equity, whatever the hell that means. If I can get those issues front and center, I will have done my job for my party. And more importantly, Rob, I will feel I have done my job for my country.
Going to miss you on the stage tomorrow night, sir. Larry Elder,
I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. Otherwise, we're going to be in court. You go to LarryElder.com and throw something in the tip jar. Help me there. Rob, trust me, I am going to be up there in that debate stage tomorrow.
I love the enthusiasm, sir. I hope that you are. I really do. I truly do. Larry, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Candidate Perry Johnson also blocked from this debate tomorrow night. Perry is actually suing the RNC for this. Perry, tell us your story. They rejected one of your polls as well, right? Because we talked to you a couple weeks ago and you were set. You were going to be on the stage.
Well, actually, Fox actually contacted us, arranging a walkthrough. That was on Friday.
Wow.
Wow. And what happened is so bizarre. First of all, I was excluded from 70% of the polls as it was. But it didn't matter. I ended up still getting 4 qualifying polls nationally. And what happened is just incredible, because we ended up in a bizarre situation where I was so confident we were already practicing for debate. In fact, I'm here in Milwaukee. I do plan to be on that debate stage, just like Larry. I think it is the most corrupt organization on the planet. What do we have going on? We have the RNC that is run by a Romney. And what did Romney accomplish? They made sure they had Romney as our candidate. He lost. Look at what's happened over the last several cycles. We're getting killed because the elitists are killing us. By the way, we not only have that situation, keep in mind that we have another person over there in charge of the debate, this Bossie, David Bossie. He was fired from the Trump campaign. The elitists do not want me. Why don't they want me? I'll tell you. They don't want me because I am a guy they can't control. I want to cut all their power. I want to trim Washington, get the fat out. And what really amazes me about this whole thing is that you have this corruption going on, and there is no possible way they can justify it. I was shocked to find out that Larry Elder was.
That's what I'm trying. I'm trying to figure out what happened. I'm trying to figure out if they went to their actuaries, whatever, and they were like, we got to figure out a way to get 2 of these guys off the stage. Maybe they wanted 8, and they needed to figure out some way to box 2 out. Or I'm trying to figure out what the conspiracy is, because they told you to come and check it out on Friday, and then all of a sudden you're out. What changed? Something changed, and they're not telling us what.
Think about how bizarre it is.
It's very bizarre.
Then we have another poll. We're already in the debate. Understand, we have all the polls, even though they discounted 2 of the national polls, they should have counted. We were still in the debate because we have these qualifying polls. And then we find out we have another qualifying poll that comes in on Monday. And they said McLaughlin doesn't count. Now, what better pollster is McLaughlin? I don't know the guy, never talked to the guy. This was actually a Newsmax poll.
Strange.
Very
strange.
How can you be?
Yeah, it's very bizarre. You're fighting to get back up there, though, and you're still trying to get on tomorrow night, just like Larry Elder, and I'm sure you're fighting for the second debate too.
Larry and I really, if I had known that, I would have teamed up with him, because I think Larry also wanted to try to sue the RNC.
Yeah.
The bottom line on this is that we have to have a situation where America talks. We can't have a situation like China, where the establishment decides who should be elected, who are the candidates.
Well said. Perry Johnson, always good to see you, sir. Thank you so much.
Likewise.
All right.